please say hi to Michelle.
Hello, Michelle.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
How you doing, Michelle?
Hi, doctor. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Now, Bill, what's new with you these days?
Well, I'm back out on the road, doing my touring and waiting for. I was alerted that there may be another episode of Last Man Standing coming my way, but other than that, just kind of digging life, Michelle. We have a new granddaughter, and I'm just kind of going through life right now. I guess I've been so fortunate in my career to be able to achieve whatever I wanted. Somebody asked me the other day, said, "What's your next goal?" And I said, "I don't know. It probably have to be Bill Engvall on ice," which I don't think anybody really wants to see.
Well, you were just named Casino Comedian of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you. That was a nice surprise. Awards don't really mean that much to me, but it is nice to know that your work is recognized. For all those hours on the road that performers spend, it's nice to know that people appreciate what you do.
Now, how many days per year are you typically on tour?
Oh, I've cut back a little. I'm getting older now, Michelle. I don't use the road doesn't treat me as good as it used to uh, physically, but so I'm probably doing 60, 65 dates a year.
Wow, that's still pretty good. Now, I've spoken with lots of the comedians who are in the Deplorables tour. Have you ever thought about joining them at all?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I just said I've spoken with many of the comedians who are on the Deplorables tour, and I was wondering if you had any thoughts about possibly joining them sometime.
That's a great question. I don't know. I never say
I'm sorry, I can't hear your answer.
expect from me, and sometimes you don't know what to expect from other people.
I'm sorry, Bill, you just cut out completely in that answer. I couldn't hear a syllable you said.
Oh, okay. I said that. I said I never say never, but I actually kind of enjoy being on the road by myself because I know what to expect from myself, and I have as I get older, I've got a kind of a set routine that I kind of stick to that seems to work. But like I said, who knows.
Now tell me about your podcast.
The podcast, I've shut it down for right now, only because I realized that to do a podcast, it's full time. I mean, you can't just dabble in podcast. But I'd like to kick it back up again because when I do my stand up show, I was able to just kind of I have know exactly what I want to talk about, but with the podcast, I can kind of be all over the map, and that's kind of fun.
Now, when you aren't working, what do you like to do for fun?
Stuff like this. I feel like I'm an outdoors person. I like golf, hiking, biking, whatever, and that's kind of where I got because I like to do those things and I want to be able to do them for a long time. So that's how I kind of got involved with this Urinez Inc. Was that I was starting to notice more FU moments, or frequent, as I call them, they're FU moments. And a lot of times, when you're out on the road and you're on a hike or something, you don't want to have to be stopping all the time.
And now let me go to you, doctor. Can you please tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm a urologist, professor of urology at Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School. Been doing this for 35 plus years. And Bill and I hooked up sometime last year when he is the best person to reach out and touch the men in our age bracket and to make them aware that a healthy prostate is a healthy life and an unhappy prostate is a miserable life. Whether it's FU, frequent urination, or sexual dysfunction, the prostate's critical to all those. So Bill has been incredible in reaching out and putting an awareness on this and a smile on people's face when we talk about it.
Well, some of these issues related to men's health can be very sensitive for them to talk about. So, Bill, how did you get the courage to speak to your doctor about issues that were bothering you?
Well, what I tell people is you need to find a urologist like I got that lowers the lights and plays Allman Brothers music. But Dr. Joe had a great point. We were talking about it. He said the most important thing is to find someone you're comfortable with. And I just want, and Michelle, I don't want this to sound like I really do mean this. Is that I appreciate my fans. They've been with me for 40 plus years, and I know in my demographic, a lot of guys don't want to, like you said, they don't want to talk about it, they don't want to think about it. But I don't, and I hate to put the bummer on this, but the alternative is death. I mean, it's like, how do you can't argue with death. Death is undefeated. We're going to all go at some point. So why not at least keep it at bay for a while if you can do this by taking simply a natural supplement like urinazine, because as Dr. Joe says, he sees two type of patients: the ones that do preventative and the ones that it's too late, really. And yeah, it is. I don't know why it's uncomfortable for us to talk about it, because we talk about so many other things that I think are way more uncomfortable to talk about. But but for some reason, as guys, when it gets brought up, you can. It's funny. I actually did this one night not too long ago. There was a bunch of people in our house, and we were having a little get together, and I started talking about this. You would have thought that I had just passed gas in the room. I mean, it was like guys were like, I'm gonna go mow your yard, and it's like they just don't want to talk about it. And my point is, I'm not saying you got to go out there and carry a banner down the street going, I'm getting my prostate examined, but and I say this to the women too, to the female listeners that nag your husband, make him go do this. That's what happened with me. My wife was on me so much, I finally just said, okay, just to shut her up. And you know what? I was glad I did it, because I'm knock on wood, very healthy, but they found some stuff that needed to be addressed, minor stuff. But if I had not gone, those minor issues may have turned into major issues, and then you got real problems. So to the ladies out there, don't be afraid. Nag your husband. Tell him you're going to go do this.
Now, what are some questions that men should ask their doctor related to these kind of problems?
Joe, that's your field.
First thing that they should do is tell them about themselves. How are you living your life? Are you happy with your life? Are you getting up at night to urinate? Are you having any burning sensation? Are you having problems getting or maintaining an erection? And does it appear to be related to the FU situation where you're frequently voiding and urinating frequently? That's a problem, and that needs to be talked about. I mean, the best way to understand it is that if two women are in a bathroom and one of them has run out of toilet paper, the women would have no problem asking the girl in the stall next, do you have any toilet paper? Because we're out here. Two guys would never do that. They'd use dollar bills before they would ask somebody next door for toilet paper. And if you understand men, that's just the way they are, Women are used to taking care of each other, and we don't want to ever show that vulnerability. And it's not even a vulnerability. It's just naturally who we are. Things break.
One of these days, I'm going to be in a stall, and I'm going to say to the guy next to me, hey, you got $1?
Yeah. You'd probably ask for that before the toilet paper. You're right.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about this supplement. What does it do?
This supplement replaces most of the vitamins and minerals and plant estrogens that have been processed out of food. As our food has become more processed, we've refined it, removed a lot of the nutritional support. We also used to have diets that were dictated by the seasons. Foods would come in and out of season, and we'd get a diverse background of food supply for our body, which we evolved over 2 million years with. Today, you can eat whatever you want consistently. And with half the food being consumed at restaurants and not processed at home and cooked at home, you have no idea exactly what you're getting nutritionally.
Well, that's true. Well, where can people get more information on these products?
Urinazinc.com. That's URINOZINC.com. And in any of the natural, food stores, Walgreens, CVS. I mean, it's all over the place. It's over the counter, no prescription necessary. Spend some time,
Bill,
look at it.
Bill, what advice do you have for men who are really shy about speaking up to their doctor?
Do it while you still can. Like I said earlier, you don't want to mess with death, man. It's like at some point your body is going to shut down. If you don't take care of your body, it's going to shut down. And you know what? I got to be to answer your question in a better way. Really, is it's not as uncomfortable as you think. It's not like you're going to go to your doctor and tell him, "Hey, I'm having problems with my prostate," and then he's going to go on CNN and say, "Hey, Bill Engvall's having problems with his prostate, by the way. Just wanted to get that out there in case you want to embarrass him on the street." But it's just guys are. It's just so easy, and it's just so quick. It is so. It's not like you're sitting there for an hour and a half and it going through embarrassing things. It's like I would rather do that than to have my wife call my urologist and go, "By the way, I tried to get him to come in and he didn't, and now we're laying him to rest." It's sad. And I don't mean to make a joke about death, but it's because why wouldn't you do if I told you could do something, I could give you a natural supplement. If you told a guy, if I can give you a natural supplement, if you'll be able to bench press 250 pounds every day and not worry about it, they would do it in a heartbeat. So why not do the same thing for your prostate?
Good point. Bill, how do you like your fans to connect with you?
They can do it through any of my social media. Instagram is Bill Engvall. Look for the one, by the way, and look for the ones with the blue check. There are so many. I didn't realize there were so many Bill Engvalls out there that have no idea, but yet we look exactly alike. And the Twitter and on my Facebook page, reach out. And by the way, there's you can go on the urinazine thing, and I'm sure they have all this stuff up there. But they're going to tell you exactly what it is, and so just give me a shout. Let me know you're trying it. Let me know how it's working.
Make sure people do. Now, what's next for you?
I leave in a few days to go to Iowa and somewhere else where I think the average temperature is, oh my God, cold.
Is there anything either of you gentlemen would like to add?
Joe, tell them why they should go see you.
When the wife comes in and the husband doesn't want to talk, my first question to the wife is, do we have life insurance on this guy? Because if we do, we'll let him do whatever he wants and we'll go on vacation with it. That usually brings him around to start talking.
Oh, that's great. That's very good. Well, gentlemen, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. We appreciate your help.
Pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
It was.